Takamoto. Velez, that one taken by Corley. And off the net and finding the open hole is Takamoto with a nice serve. Set by Kawamura, and then put right down into that open hole by Terry. And her serve is bumped right over the net by Velez, sets it up and Jamison taken by the Regals and through the block. Another point for Cal Lutheran. Set into the middle, blocked nicely by Freitas. Kept alive by the Regals, and off the net, they get the point for Kennedy at 16-9. Here come the Regals, and a nice shot from Taryn Ruckert. Dug out by the Bearcats. Velez pushes it over. And Fernandez again, this time she Jamison through the block. And the right side attack. Bearcats not able to control it. Over for Velez. Winds up and pounds it, but it's taken off the block. Behind the line for Fernandez, who hits it way too far, but they call a touch. And it's 19. And Jamison fists it over. Set for Magnani. And off Jamison, out of play. 20-17 for Freitas. Off the block. And it's 20-8. And pounded in the middle. Dug out nicely. Chu trying to keep it alive, but hits it off the end. Chu at the net, pushes it over. Fernandez too far beyond the end line, but we've got a touch by Chelsea Velez. And then Jamison into the middle off the block. Takamoto and Velez giving chase. They can't. Bearcats. Here's Chelsea Velez. The block a little bit late, but Regal's able to get it. That one off the touch. And it's a point for Cal Lutheran. They got it off the touch with the serve. There's Kawamura, sets it into the middle, and an open hole is found there by Kawamura. Will set it into the middle. Dugout kept alive for a moment with a back set for Jamison. And now off the block. And a point for the Regals. And Willamette somehow gets that one over. Set by Grimm, back set off the block, and it falls in front of Sorensen. Velez pushes it into the back row. Here come the Regals with a kill from Keegan Corley. Regals hit it off of the block. The Regals bump it over, it's blocked back, again kept alive by the Regals through the block and off of Chelsea Velez, out of play. So Bearcats set it into the middle and kept alive and off of the block. And Hughes gets this one into play. And a huge kill from Kurt. Now Lexi Scott over. Back set, and somebody's into the net. Bearcats are into the net. For Scott. And this one continues. Off the block and put down. Finally by Kennedy. Pushed back over by Velez. Back set by the Regals, and they get it down for the point. Kennedy up. Here's Grimm with the set for Clayton, who gets it off the touch. Kaylee Clayton, a Scott. That's dug out nicely by Corley. And into the back row, finding the open hole, is Kennedy Smith. Serving into the middle, and finding the open hole there is Meg Hooper. And there again is Kaylee Clayton. Leading by one. That one pushed down off Hooper. We're tied up at 19 apiece. Taken by Cal Lutheran. They set it and pounded down again by Velez, and it's covered. Now the set and a point This off the block, dug out nicely by Corley. And here's Kennedy Smith. They set her up and she puts it down. 23 over by Sorensen. Grimm sets it. Here's Kennedy Smith with the kill. Her 11th for Velez. Now the Regals a chance to run something and off of the block and getting the point that is Alex Hay. And Shu with the service. Set by Kawamura. Dug out and dug wide by Velez. Draw within 2 at 5-3. Here's Clayton. Bearcats not able to control that one. And set up Clayton. And she hits it into the back row. Set off the block of Freitas and Velez. Kept alive. Well, not. He fists it over. And off of Freitas. For Jamison when they can. She's been having a good last couple sets. That one through the block from Hooper. They keep it alive. Through the block this time. That's K-League 12 and the serve. Pushed right back up to the net and pushed right back down by Bearcats. Here is Clayton, who puts into the back corner. Here's Clayton again off the touch. Set over for Kennedy Smith. Takamoto with one hand bumps it out. And it's nice. Puts it into the back row. They go back for Kennedy Smith again. That is off of Sorensen out of play. 23 set up. Here comes the set over the net. And the Bearcats trying to get there. And again for the Regals, and they get it off of the block. Here's Kawamura setting it for Clayton. Blocked back and wide.